After 2023, the estate tax and the generation skipping tax are repealed.
Just a tiny minority of people who are the most successful in terms of inheriting wealth in our country.
To give a break to children like Paris Hilton and Ivanka Trump.
The estate tax is primarily unrealized capital gains that have never been taxed, that are being passed on from generation to generation.
Well, Mr. Chairman, when I was 21 years old, I was a college student, and I was taking classes, and had gotten home late one afternoon, and the phone rang, and I picked it up, and it was Joni. Joni was our farm secretary, and she said, "Christy, your dad is stuck in a grain bin." And I immediately knew what she said was happening. Knew that he had gone into a grain bin and the corn had smothered him. They found him, started doing CPR on him. I followed the ambulance into the hospital, and they worked on him for hours into the evening. We were a family that grew up with a guy who could do anything. To me, he was Superman. He was my best friend. We spent every day together. He was 49 years old when he passed away, and his #1 dream in life was to pass his family farm on to his family. Now, as I was sitting there thinking, a month later when I got a bill from the IRS that said I owed death taxes because we had a tragedy happen to my family, all I could see was that we had land that my dad had started buying when he was in high school and that my granddad had bought. We had cattle, we had machinery, we had families depending on me to make good decisions, and all I could hear in my head was my dad saying, "Christy, don't sell land because God's not making any more land." Lucky for me, I had a community banker who took a chance on a bunch of kids and gave us a loan to pay our death taxes because our dad died. And for the next 10 years, I paid on that stupid loan for the federal government that threatened our family business because we had a tragedy. Now, I had to make decisions. I maybe couldn't buy new equipment that I needed because we had to pinch pennies. We sold some cattle down. We tightened our belts, and we made it and gutted it out through those 10 years. People who sit in this committee today and say this only impacts the rich and wealthy have no idea what they're talking about. Only way that they can pay these taxes is by selling the very business that they hope and dream someday they can pass on to their kids.